Hey there guys, I'm back to another video. Today I'm here doing my PlayStation 2 collection. It's been a while since I've updated it. This is probably going to be my longest collection video in a very long time. I'm not going to split it into parts like I did years ago, but yeah, we're going to look back at my PS2 collection once again. I have added some titles since then. I don't think it's a lot though. But yeah, we're going to talk about not every single game. I might just blaze through some, say, a couple things or whatever, but some of them I really do want to go and talk about and, talk about some of my memories and because the PS2 is pretty much where I started playing video games. This was my first ever console. This was my first ever gaming anything. So there is a lot of first things here, and I have a lot of memories with me and my brother playing certain games and stuff like that, and I kind of want to go and share some of that with you guys. So we're going to go left to right. So let's go and start with the first stack right here. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about every single game extensively. I might just say a couple things or two about them, but let's start with the Atari Anthology Collection. My brother bought this with the Scholastic book sort of thing catalog or whatever when he was in school, and I think it was like a day or so later we found it at Toys R Us, so we could have had it right then and there at Toys R Us, but my brother bought it through the Scholastics, and I think it was more expensive through the Scholastics or whatever. But yeah. I have no idea exactly what games are on here, and I have no memories or recollection of even playing this game. So, there's that. Ben 10, Protect the Earth. I was a huge Ben 10 fan when I was younger, and I still kind of am. I really do like the older Ben 10 stuff, because I think that stuff was really good. But what they're doing with it now, rebooting it and all this stuff, I have no opinion on that. But old school Ben 10, really good. When I heard that they were making a game, I had to have it, and my grandma bought it for me for my birthday, I believe, and I was very happy about that. But yeah, from what I can remember, the game was fun. I'm not going to say it's good, because it probably isn't, but I had a lot of fun playing it, and I finished it in one sitting, actually, so the game's actually not all that long, but, it was fun playing as all of the different aliens that Ben could turn into. Budokai Martian Zoomer Doom. This is one of my personal favorite childhood cartoons. Sort of like a guilty pleasure, because this show is actually pretty bad visually and probably story-wise as well. I've never watched every single episode of the Budokai Martians, but pretty much this game is a racing game with their space bikes or whatever, so there's that. Cars, I have no opinion on this game because I have no memory of even playing it, but I know my brother bought it at GameStop when the movie was out, because he liked the movie a lot, so he just bought the game because why not. Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. I have some personal memories with this game. I played it on the original Xbox. I played a lot of it. I think I was actually almost done with the game, and then I accidentally override my save, and I erased my old save, and I wasn't able to go and get it back and all this stuff, and I kind of cried. I'm not even gonna lie, I cried when I realized that I messed up that bad, because I would have to restart the game and whatever, so but when I rebought it on the PS2 much more recently, a couple years back, I played it, finished it, and I still like it. It's not as good as the Naughty Dog PS1 Collection or PS1 Trilogy, which has been re-released on the PlayStation 4, but I still really do like this game. It is a lot of fun, in my opinion. Crash of the Titans. I've not played this game in a very long time, but from what I can remember, you're going to hear that a lot. I had a lot of fun with it, and I really did like it, so there's that. Catwoman. I bought this during one of the GameStop PS2 clearance sales. As you can see, it's just the disc in a generic DVD case with the GameStop cover art, but pretty much I think that this game is really bad, and I played less than an hour of it probably, so I don't remember much, because that was also years ago as well. So Crazy Taxi. I bought this at a plane trade, my local plane trade, and I was like, I've never played Crazy Taxi before, and this is my first time seeing it here. Excuse me. So I was like, let me go in, check it out. So I checked it out, and it's really fun. I really do like Crazy Taxi. Maybe I'll re-buy it on PC so I could play it a lot easier instead of hooking it up to my PS2 or whatever, because I really do like the series, and I hope that maybe Sega and whatever, try to bring it back, because this is a pretty good game overall. the Devil May Cry Trilogy. I have Devil May Cry 2 here, and then I also have Devil May Cry 3 Complete. I bought this much more recently at a plane trade that's not local, and I bought it right before they closed down, actually. But they pretty much had like a rack of PS2 games with, if you bought 2, it was like $10. If you bought, more, it would be more money, but each game would be less, if you know what I'm saying. So like, since I bought 2, the other game you'll see later, I haven't been played that game either, $5 each, and then it got lowered to like $4 each or whatever. So, but Devil May Cry, this is the only one that I've played out of the trilogy. It's okay. I'm not exactly sure if I was not in the right mindset or whatever, but I really was not a fan of the gameplay and all this stuff that was going on within the game itself as well. But it's alright. I'm not gonna say it's outright bad, but I don't think it's for me, anyways. So, moving on. Let me just go push these aside because I got all these Dragon Ball Z games to talk about. So first up, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 and 2 is pretty much where I started playing games. So my brother and my neighbor, they're closer in age than I am. They're 2 years apart. I'm 2 years apart from my brother. So technically my neighbor, he's 4 years older than me. So at the time, when we were over their house, they were playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, I believe, because, it was a much more recent one or whatever. So my brother liked it. He wanted his own PS2, these 2 games as well. So my neighbor's parents and my dad worked together to go and get that for him because my dad had no idea exactly what games were and no idea on where to go and get this stuff either. So they got it for him, and I wasn't really all that into Dragon Ball Z or the PS2 stuff until they brought me into their they introduced me and stuff like that into this stuff, and I really liked it. I remember playing Budokai 2 a lot because of Goten and Trunks, because like those are like 2 of my favorite characters, along with Vegeta. I really do like Vegeta. So yeah, this is pretty much where I started gaming. Both of these games are pretty good. I think Budokai 1 has a better story mode, but Budokai 2 might be slightly better within gameplay because of the roster being a lot larger because they have more characters and whatnot. So, but yeah, overall, I think that these 2 games have a special place in my heart, and I really do like them. But, moving on to Budokai 3, when this game was coming out, I remember seeing a commercial for this, and me and my brother were like flipping out. We're like, oh my god, they're making a 3rd one. And yeah, this was a birthday gift to me, I believe, or something like that. But yeah, Budokai 3 was probably me and my brother's most anticipated game of that year. And we didn't have internet either, so like we didn't know exactly when the game was coming out until we saw the commercial. So, but yeah, this is definitely the best Budokai game out of the 3, which is why when they did the remastering for the Xbox 360 and PS3, they did this game and the first game, and we never unlocked all of the characters on the PS2 on this game anyways, but my brother, he unlocked all of them on the Xbox 360. So Dragon Ball Z Sagas, this was a RPG, I believe, something like that. This was a RPG, but with Dragon Ball Z characters, and I thought it was fun. I really did like it. I never really played like an action RPG like this before, but it's pretty fun. I really did like it. It was, a nice change of pace from like the traditional, like fighting game that was Budokai 3 or whatever. So Super Dragon Ball Z. This was actually a traditional fighter, very, very different, sort of like a arcade fighting game, something like that. So, me and my brother did not like this at all because we are not good at, fighting games. But we are good at, like, Budokai games that are not really fighting games, but, they have, like, combos or whatever. So, but yeah, Super Dragon Ball Z. It's good if you like traditional fighters, but, it's not. It wasn't really for me and my brother or whatever. So we got the Budokai Tenkaichi Trilogy here. All 3 of these games are pretty good. They do get a lot better as the games go on. So like the first one is obviously the worst because of it, because the way that they did it was a little strange in terms of like the health bar and stuff like that, from what I can remember. But the second game, I think the second game is my personal favorite. I don't know why exactly, but I just like the way that the game was laid out and stuff like that. But the third game, it's not bad, you know, it's still pretty good. I do have a lot of memories of playing this with my cousins and stuff like that. So, yeah, Budokai Tenkaichi, the trilogy. Last game here is Infinite World. This is pretty much going back to the style of the original Budokai Trilogy, but this time there's a lot more characters. There's a story mode that's very different from previous games, which I really did like the story mode. But yeah, it's called the Best of the Budokai series, which it kind of is. The gameplay style is within the vein of Budokai 3, which is the best gameplay. And then the story is different, sort of like with Budokai 1 with like certain mini games and whatever. And there's a lot more characters here. So, but yeah, I really did like Infinite World. I don't think it's better than Budokai 3, but I think it's just below it. So. But yeah, those are all of the Dragon Ball Z games that I got there. So now let's continue on to these 3 games down here. Destroy All Humans. This was a game series that Damien, who is the co-host of the Two Players podcast, introduced to me. He also introduced me to several other things that I will show you later. But Destroy All Humans was a game series that I did not know about. I always saw the commercials, but I was never really interested in it. And I remember finishing the game unexpectedly. I was like, wow, the game's actually that short, and I had a lot of fun with it. I really do like the original Destroy All Humans, but with the sequel, I haven't finished it. I'm not exactly sure why, but I had my fun with it, but I just didn't have like the drive to really finish it. I finished the one that was released on Xbox 360 and PS3. I forget exactly what that one's called, but I'll put it on your screen right now. I finished that one. That one was a lot of fun. I really did like that one, but second one I never did finish. So let's move on from there. And then the last game here, the Misfit Adventures. This was another one of my childhood favorite games here, or shows I should say. The game itself, I remember having a really hard time playing this game. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe because we were bad at video games or whatever, but I still have, you know, a lot of fun with it because it is Ed, Edd n Eddy. I remember playing the Game Boy game a lot more, the Game Boy Advance game. So, moving on to the second pile here. Sorry about that. GoldenEye Rogue Agent, again, part of the clearance sale amongst PS2 games at GameStop. Don't have a lot of recollection of even playing this game, so I'm going to just move on from there. GTA 3. Yeah, so GTA 3. I didn't play a lot of it either, but you know, I just wanted to go and see where GTA started to blow up as being a open world sandbox game sort of ordeal. So, you know, just had to go and pick it up and try it out. So, there's that. GTA Vice City. This was actually the first game I've ever purchased at a thrift store. But since it was my first ever game that I purchased at a thrift store, I forgot to check the disc. So when I came home, I realized the disc was all messed up. So I was like, oh God, I messed up. So what I had to do was go online, I think it was Amazon, and I had to go and buy a brand new disc. I forget exactly what I did with the old disc, but yeah. And I played this game for a bit, you know, once again, less than 1 hour most likely, but, you know, it was alright. Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock. My brother is a huge Guitar Hero fan. As for me, it's cool. It's alright, you know. Not exactly the biggest fan of it, but I can definitely respect it in many regards. Let's talk about the Jak and Daxter Trilogy, because obviously this is one of the hallmarks. When you're talking about the PS2, Jak and Daxter most likely comes up, because this game sold over 1 million copies or something like that, and yeah, this is a very, very good platformer. I really do like it. When I replayed it on the PS3 a couple years back, I still had a lot of fun with it, and yeah, really did like it. But with Jak 2, they changed it up a bit. I've yet to finish it myself because the game was so hard and difficult, but maybe I will because I'm a lot better at video games now, so maybe I'll be able to go and finish the game for myself. But I remember picking this up at Target because like it has one of the newer PlayStation 2 cases that doesn't have the memory card slot, and but I bought this brand new, came home, played it. It was very, very difficult and very, very hard. So and I think this was my first ever Jak and Daxter game, so I didn't play the first game yet, and then when I went back and played the first game, I really did like it. But Jak 2 is just really difficult for me anyways. But Jak 3, it was a lot easier. It was a lot more fun. I really do like this game a lot more. It's probably my favorite out of the trilogy, but I might have to go and replay all 3 of these games again because I don't remember much. But I really did have fun with this game from what I can remember. Anyways. Jak X Combat Racing. This was a spin-off racing title featuring the Jak and Daxter characters. And don't buy this game at all. Not because it's bad. The game's actually pretty good. But don't buy the original PS2 version because the Jak X Combat Racing game will corrupt other save files on your memory card. So unless you're buying a brand new memory card just to play this game, don't buy it on the PS2 because it will corrupt your memory, which is what happened with my Dragon Ball Z stuff. All of that stuff got corrupted, but thank God I had it. Thank God I had it all backed up. So, but yeah, the game overall, Jak X is pretty good, but I haven't finished it because I didn't want to continue playing it because it corrupted all of my memory. Kim Possible, What's the Stitch? This is like a platformer game, and I played a little bit of it. It was actually pretty fun. I really did like it, but obviously haven't finished it myself. But, Kim Possible was a show that I picked up pretty late. They were just about, ending it. I was towards, that ending part. But I really did like the show, and the game itself here, it's not all that bad either. Klonoa 2, this was a game that one of my brother's friends introduced me to, and I really do like Klonoa. And Klonoa 2, I haven't played it in a very, very long time, but I remember it being very fun. It's more platforming action and stuff like that, so I really do like Klonoa 2 on the PlayStation 2. Codename Kids Next Door Operation video game. This is actually a pretty good video game tie-in game, just from the little bit that I played of it. It's very faithful to the Codename Kids Next Door show. So, but yeah, I really did have fun with this game. I haven't finished it myself, but from what I can remember of my friend telling me, Damien, once again, he said that this game was pretty good as well, from what I can remember, or maybe I'm just lying right now. Let's go and talk about the Lego games that I have on here. First, I'm going to talk about Lego Star Wars, because my neighbor who introduced me to Dragon Ball Z also introduced me and my brother to Star Wars. And I think I was too young to really appreciate Star Wars. Nowadays, I really do like Star Wars. I really, like the world that it has and stuff like that. But, I'm not like a crazy Star Wars fan. Just keep that in mind. But anyways, we got this because, we were familiar with the prequels, so we got this, we played it. It was very, very fun. We played so much of this game. We actually 100% completed the game, got all of the collectibles and everything like that. This was just a very, very fun game for me and my brother to just play through in co-op and stuff like that. So yeah, very, very fun. And then we picked up the Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. We never did 100% complete it, but we still, or we played it together for the most part, I believe. I can't exactly remember this one all that fondly, but, it's still a very, very fun trilogy of Star Wars movies in Lego form. So, now with Indiana Jones, I've never watched a Indiana Jones movie, actually, but I bought this because I like the Lego games, and it kind of showed me Star Wars, the story of Star Wars when I was younger, a lot easier. So I was like, what, let me go and try out Indiana Jones so I could go and see exactly what the story is and stuff like that. And I got the gist of it. I understood what was going on within certain parts, and I had a lot of fun with this. I think I 100% completed it myself, but yeah, I had a lot of fun with this title. And then for Lego Batman, I was kind of into superheroes. I really liked Spider-Man. That's all I can remember, but I wasn't really into Batman back then and all of the other DC heroes that I like today. But, I bought this, had a lot of fun with it. Didn't 100% complete it, but, just played through it and just, had my fun. So, Mad Maestro is the other game that I bought with Devil May Cry 3 at Play and Trade. Have yet to play it, but from what I was told, this is a pretty good rhythm-based game, so I have to go and try it out. Max Payne 2, I bought this after I played Max Payne 3 because I really did like Max Payne 3. But I don't think I played much of it. I can't remember anything from it, so probably didn't even play it at all. But I think I bought this at Play and Trade. The Mega Man Anniversary Collection, I believe I bought this on eBay or something like that, loose. But I just wanted to go and get this collection because this was a way for me to go and play the original Mega Man games, 1 through 8, and 2 never before released US arcade games on the PlayStation 2. So this was pretty much the only way back then to go and play the original Mega Man games, but nowadays they're like on everything. They're on like the 3DS, the next gen consoles, etc. But back then, I think that this was like the best way to play it. So, yeah, my opinion on the Mega Man games, I'm just bad at them, so I'm not even gonna say anything. The Mega Man X collection, I just bought this because you know, I wanted to go and try out the X games, and I'm pretty bad at those too. So this collection has X through X6. So yeah, 6 games in total. Naruto Uzumaki Collection, or Chronicles. Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles. This was part of another one of GameStop's, you know, clearance sales with PS2 games, and I bought this. And I don't remember much of it. I don't think I've ever finished it because I'm much more of a fan of. Let me just go and push these to the side. I like the Ultimate Ninja games a lot more, and I think it definitely shows because these games are still going on today through Ultimate Ninja Storm. So let me just go and talk about these games. So this was another game series that was introduced to me through my neighbors. So first they showed me Naruto Ultimate Ninja, and I think we bought it, and I really did like the Naruto characters and the world that, you know, Naruto was in. I really did like it, and this is pretty much the only way I consume Naruto. I don't watch the anime, I don't read the manga. This is pretty much the only way I know of the Naruto characters and the story. And I really did like this game. This was a very fun game. I remember playing this. Actually, no, I remember the second game a lot more because of the later half of the story mode, and we went on a road trip, and the car that we were driving in had like a TV, and my dad hooked up the PS2 to the TV as he was driving and stuff like that. So I remember playing this, and I was having, you know, a lot of fun, you know, getting through the story and whatever. My brother wasn't really into Naruto as much as I was, so but yeah, I remember coming home after the road trip, plugged in the PS2 back into the TV, finished the game, and, you know, I just had a lot of fun with it. But the best one, in my opinion, is the third game. The third game is really good. When it comes to the original Naruto story, I really did like how they told this story, and graphically, the game looked pretty good. Story-wise, you know, I think it stayed faithful to the manga and the TV show and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this is definitely my favorite. But I remember picking up the fourth game, which is the last Naruto Ultimate Ninja game to be released on the PS2 for North America. Anyways, I know that there's a couple of other ones that they released in Japan but never brought over here. I remember buying this game the day after it came out, and I actually like skipped school because I was like a little sick, but, you know, I was like, Mom, I don't want to go to school, and, you know, we went to GameStop and she bought this game for me, and it's good. You know, it tells the Shippuden story well, but, you know, I am just a bigger fan of the original Naruto stuff. But that doesn't mean I hate Shippuden. It's just that, you know, the story and everything like that, I just like more within the original Naruto. But yeah, let's move on from there. Nicktoons Unite. You know, I like the Nickelodeon characters. All 4 of these characters, actually, I really do like, especially Danny Phantom. But yeah, bought it, played it. I don't think we ever finished it, but, you know, it has a bunch of Nicktoons characters in here, so. But Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, I actually remember finishing this game, and it was pretty short, and I really Don't know if I liked it or not. I can't remember, but you know, it's another Nicktoons game with a bunch of characters, so there's that. I have no idea what game is in here, so let's find out together. Oh, One Piece Grand Battle. I played a little bit of this. It's pretty good. It's not exactly the worst game in the world, but you know, I liked what I played of it pretty much. And I don't even know anything about One Piece other than a couple of episodes that I watched with my friend a couple years ago. So, Musha Warlords. This is a game that I was introduced through the Super Gaming Brothers (SGB). That is Some Call Me Johnny's Let's Play channel, and they really like these games. And I was like, let me go and try this game out because I think I found this at a thrift store or something like that. So. I was like, you know what? There's no harm in trying it out. I opened it. It was complete. You know, the disc was in pretty much almost, you know, perfect shape. So I bought it. I played it. I don't think it's really my game. Maybe I need to go and try it again. But, you know, it's not exactly my kind of game. I don't think it is. Pac-Man World 2, this is one of the underrated platforming games on the PlayStation 2. It's available on other platforms like GameCube and Xbox original, I believe. But yeah, Pac-Man World 2 is a really, really good 3D platformer. They actually have water levels in this game that really do work. But yeah, if you never played Pac-Man World in general, the first game is on the PS1, which is pretty good. It's kind of hard. But Pac-Man World 2 is probably the best one out of the trilogy just because it is still a platforming game to its core. Pac-Man World 3, however, it's got platforming elements, but it's much more of a beat 'em up. And I haven't finished this game because of that, because it is much more of a beat 'em up game. But maybe I should, because you know, just got to go and, you know, complete the trilogy as a whole. But you know, it's still a pretty good game, it's just less platforming. That's all. Parappa the Rapper 2, or Parappa the Rapper 2. This was another game that my brother's friend introduced to me, along with Klonoa, Parappa the Rapper. Parappa the Rapper 2, I remember we bought this brand new on Amazon years ago for like a reasonable price. And when it came in, you know, it was brand new sealed. We opened it and yeah, we played it. It's a pretty good game. I really do like it. Yeah. As you can see, the manual is still in like pristine condition, along with the mail-in insert is still in here. So, but yeah, this is a great rhythm-based game. I really do like it. I might not be the best at it, but you know, I still have a lot of fun playing it. So, Power Rangers Dino Thunder. This is my favorite Power Rangers series of all time, just because this was the one that I liked the most. I think the first ever Power Rangers series I watched was Ninja Storm, but Dino Thunder is by far my favorite. But anyways, this game pretty much had you control the Zords for the most part. So, yeah. And I remember liking it. I can't exactly say confidently on that, but next game here is Prince of Persia, the first game, actually. Whoever at the GameStop warehouses, they just gave me the wrong artwork and the wrong case, but this is the first Prince of Persia Sands of Time. I bought it because I wanted to go and see if I would like it. Once again, I don't think it's my kind of game. Maybe I need to go and retry it again. So, there's that. Ratatouille. This is one of my favorite Pixar movies, and obviously, you know, had to go and pick up the game. It was actually pretty fun. I remember playing this a lot. You know, it's very faithful to the movie beat for beat in terms of like how the story goes and stuff like that. So, but I really do like the game and the movie. Obviously, maybe the game's really bad, but you know, from what I can remember, it's pretty good. Another game series that Damien introduced me to was the Ratchet and Clank Trilogy. Ratchet and Clank 1, I bought this at a ShopRite, brand new. It still has the poster and everything like that. But yeah, I bought this brand new at a ShopRite because I could not find this game anywhere where it actually worked. I would go to... Alright, so what happened was I bought the trilogy at GameStop, right? And out of the trilogy, only Going Commando worked. So I played Going Commando first, and I really liked it. It was very, very fun. But I didn't know that I had to like upgrade my armor and stuff like that. So I was like getting one shot by like enemies and everything. But I still managed to finish the game, and you know, I still had a lot of fun with it. But nowadays, you know, I know what to do. But you know, this was my first ever Ratchet and Clank game, and I had a lot of fun with it. So, but the first game, it's good. You know, it definitely shows that, you know, from where they started to where they are now with the Ratchet and Clank series, it has definitely evolved in many ways. But yeah, it's still a pretty good platformer. If you have yet to play the Ratchet and Clank trilogy, play them in order, because when I played Going Commando and then I had to jump back to the original game, there was no strafing, leveling up and armor and stuff like that wasn't even there. So, you know, a lot of things change between the first game and Going Commando. But up your arsenal. I bought this at GameStop. It was complete. It actually worked. And this is probably the best one out of the trilogy. It's very, very good in terms of a story perspective, in terms of a gameplay perspective. It's very, very good in terms of being a Ratchet and Clank game. And now Ratchet Deadlock. This one is pretty fun as well. This one is a spin-off title, I would say. I really did like it. You know, it was mainly about, you know, combat, obviously, and stuff like that. But, you know, still a pretty good, like, sort of spin-off title in a way. Rayman 3, Hoodlum Havoc. I bought this because a lot of people say that this is a really good 3D platformer. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I really don't see it. I have yet to finish it, so maybe I should try it again and see exactly where my opinion stands. But when I played it originally, I really did not have a good time with it. Anyways, or maybe I was just setting my expectations too high or whatever. So let's keep this video going with the last two stacks over here. Rock Band and Rock Band Track Pack 1. Not a big Rock Band guy, just like with Guitar Hero, but you know, I respect it. SD Gundam Showdown. This was another one of my favorite cartoons growing up, along with But Ugly Martians and other things like that. But yeah, SD Gundam was very or this game is pretty fun, really good. Maybe it's bad, but you know, I have no idea. But when I played it, I liked it. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say here. Moving on, we got Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog. This is a pretty bad Sonic game. When me and my brother were playing it, when we did like the neutral path, we were like, oh look, we're done with the game. But no, there's like a bunch of different paths that you have to do to get to the end of the game. So we did not know that, so we never did actually finish the game technically. The Sly Cooper Trilogy. These two copies at the end here. We played these games so much. These two copies are actually broken, but we still have them because, you know, these are our first copies of the games respectively. So but yeah, you know, Sly 2 and 3 are pretty good games. Sly 2 is definitely a lot better than Sly 3. Sly 3 kind of just drags on for a bit, and like the story's a little weird. But Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, this is a game that is very reminiscent of like Crash Bandicoot and like Spyro, like PS1 platformers, and it's pretty good. I really do like it. But when you move on to the second game, they changed it up to a much more platform heavy. Oh look, I got the cheat codes here for the different gadgets and stuff like that on a sticky note. So, but yeah, Sly 2 is definitely my favorite out of the trilogy, just because of the story, the gameplay, everything like that. It did everything really well, in my opinion, when it comes to being a Sly Cooper game. Sly 3, like I said, it's not as good, but this was a Sly game that I played a lot of. I remember staying home from school one day because I was like sick or whatever, and I just like walked around the hub world of the first ever hub world, the first one, and just walking around and like pickpocketing people and like, you know, killing them or whatever. So I just had a lot of fun doing that aspect alone. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite Sly Cooper games, but you know, Sly 3 is definitely a lot better. Anyway, so SOCOM 2, I think a lot of people liked this game back then, but you know, I bought it because it was part of like a GameStop sale or whatever, and I don't see it, probably because, you know, I played it years later, and probably because the online isn't a feature anymore either. So there's that. The Sonic Mega Collection. I don't know why Soul Calibur is in front of Sonic Heroes, but let me just switch that real quick. So Sonic Mega Collection, this is pretty much the way that I played the original games for the first time. The Genesis games along with a bunch of other Game Gear titles that are on here. But yeah, a bunch of Sonic games, classic Genesis titles. Sonic Heroes. This is actually my first ever Sonic game that I've ever played. First ever Sonic game, and it has a special place in my heart, which is why I go very easy on it, and I really do like the game. It's pretty fun. Having to go and finish all of these stories just to go and get the last story is a little weird, especially since you're going through the same level themes but different level designs, so that was definitely a little weird. Soul Calibur 3, this is another game that my neighbor introduced my brother to, and he wanted to go and buy it, so he bought it. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. I don't remember playing this game a lot myself because I wasn't a huge fighting game person, but yeah, Soul Calibur is Soul Calibur, and they're making a new one, so I'm very, very happy about that. I have no idea what this game. Oh no, I know. This is the original Spider-Man movie tie-in game. I remember playing this game on my PC, my really bad PC. And this is, a decent game. You just go level to level doing whatever objective you have to do, and it gets the job done as being a movie tie-in game as a whole. But Spider-Man 2, oh my god, man. There's not enough praise that this game can receive, because this is the best Spider-Man game ever, and this is a movie tie-in game, and it just emulates everything that a Spider-Man game should be in terms of gameplay and everything like that. So I really do like this game. I finished it a lot more recently, a couple years back, because I actually never finished the game when I was younger because I was pretty bad at video games. So finished it more recently, loved it, really, really, really fun. One of the best, or the best Spider-Man game ever. Spider-Man 3, I remember when we bought this game at Target or whatever and playing it. I had fun with it. It was, kind of faithful to the Spider-Man 3 movie in a way, but, this is a pretty decent game. I remember actually calling my friend because I was on the final boss and I didn't know how to finish it, and I was like, dude, how did you beat him or whatever, and he told me, and I don't even think his advice helped. So but yeah, Spider-Man 3, there's that. Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. This was another game, GameStop sale. Don't have a lot of recollection of even playing it. So there's that. SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. This is a Mario Party SpongeBob game, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe I should pop that in and play it with my friends just for shits and giggles or whatever. SSX, the original, I believe, but yeah, SSX. I played the PS3 game, and I saw this game at Play and Trade or something, and I was like, let me go and see on how the original SSX is. So played it, had my fun with it. It was, it's SSX pretty much. So Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I remember distinctively my neighbor playing this game, and my brother was like, we gotta get this game. So once again, went to Target, bought it, and yeah, I have some memories of actually playing this myself. It's actually pretty fun. I really did like this game, but maybe I'm wrong. So there's that. The TAC games here, I don't think I have all of them. I think I'm missing one, but TAC the Great Juju Challenge, and then TAC 2 the Staff of Dreams. These are pretty good platforming games, I believe. I got both of these from GameStop during some sort of sale, which is why they're in generic DVD cases and stuff like that. So but yeah, these are pretty good platformers from what I can remember being told. Never finished them myself, so I have no idea, but there is that. Moving on to the last pile here as we get into the 40-minute mark almost. Jesus Christ. So let's go and get into this last stack so I can close this video out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is another one of my favorite childhood TV shows. The 2003 series is by far the best Ninja Turtle series out of all of them. I did not grow up with the 80s one, so I can't say myself. It's alright, I'm not exactly a fan of the Turtles being very jokey. I like it when they're serious, because that really brings up the story aspect of the Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. But, you know, this game, I was pretty bad, so it was pretty hard, but we discovered cheat codes. So that's how we finished the game. We put in the cheat codes, and we finished the game. It's pretty fun. I really do like it. So, yeah. TMNT, the 2007 CGI movie tie-in game. This is actually a pretty good game. I really did like it in terms of like the direction that they took the game for the story. They did certain things slightly differently, which is fine, but you know, overall I think that this was a pretty good game and stayed somewhat faithful to the actual movie. The Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown, I forget exactly, but these screenshots take me back just because of how like good the game looked back then. I really did like the way the game looked in terms of graphics and presentation and all that stuff. But gameplay wise, I think I remember for the most part me just watching my brother play this game. I didn't play this game a lot myself because I was pretty bad at it, but you know, I liked the game or I like watching him play the game, but I can't exactly say if it's actually a good game. The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. My neighbor actually bought this, or my neighbor's family bought this for me for my birthday because they didn't know what to buy me, and I was like, just get me that new Spyro game because, you know, I saw the commercials and I really did like Spyro and just as like a character design overall, and I was like, you know what, let me go and see exactly what this New Beginning is, and I really do like this game. This is a pretty good game in my opinion. Maybe if I played it today it would be pretty bad, but I really did like this game. It is, you know, it has a special place in my heart once again. So Spyro, The Eternal Night. I remember buying, or my grandma bought this game for me, just like with the Ben 10 game, and I remember playing it, and then I just stopped, and then right before the last game, I forget exactly what it was called. I'll put it on your screen right now, but before that game came out, I had to go and finish this game because, you know, I just stopped suddenly playing it. So, you know, I went back, finished it, and the ending for this game was very interesting because, you know, of exactly how the story went in a way. I did not expect that happening. So, there's that. The Simpsons Hit and Run. I've actually never watched a full episode of The Simpsons, but this is very similar to GTA, and I bought this at Play and Trade for pretty cheap, so I just wanted to go and see if this was actually just The Simpsons, but with GTA, and it is. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Movie tie-in game. We never finished this game. Me and my brother, we never did finish this game, but I remember having a lot of fun with it because, you know, I really did like the movie. So, you know, obviously I had to go and get the game when I was a little kid. Tom and Jerry War of the Whiskers. Me and my brother have a lot of memories of playing this game competitively, just because of, you know, the different Tom and Jerry characters, because me and him were huge Tom and Jerry fans. We would watch like the cartoon a lot when we were younger, when it would show up on what's it called, Cartoon Network. So but yeah, this was a very funny game and very fun to play through, so really did like this game. Twisted Metal Head On. I bought this game because I wanted to go and see if I like Twisted Metal, and it turns out I like Twisted Metal. This was my first ever Twisted Metal game, and it is pretty fun. I really do like it, you know, with the cars and like destroying everyone and stuff like that. So this is a very fun Twisted Metal game. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, the trilogy. I bought these games at different locations, probably GameStop and Play and Trade, but I've only played the first one, I believe. Maybe I played a little bit of the second one. I can't exactly remember, but the Thai games are pretty fun. I really do like them. Another 3D platformer on the PlayStation 2, but I believe this game is available on different platforms as well. My copy of the third game right here, I think it doesn't work, or I had to go and buy a brand new one or whatever. But yeah, this game, I actually didn't know whether or not I owned the second game, so I rebought it, and no, it was the first game. So this game, I think I bought at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, because I was like, I don't think I own the first game, and then I come home and then I realized, oh wait, I do own the first game, but it was in like a generic GameStop case. So yeah, this is pretty much the copy that I own now. But yeah, the Tasmanian Tiger games, I was told that they were good 3D platformer games, so I bought them. Haven't played through them all. Ultimate Spider-Man, the video game. This is a very, very good Spider-Man game as well. It's not as good as the PS2, or it's not as good as Spider-Man 2, but this is still a pretty good Spider-Man game as a whole, especially if you love the Ultimate Spider-Man comics like I do. This is a very, very good game to go and pick up and play for yourself. Beautiful Joe 2, I actually own the first game on my GameCube, and then I just happened to go and get the second game on the PS2. But yeah, this is pretty much more Beautiful Joe action. I've yet to finish either of those games, but you know, these are definitely very, very fun games to play through. Wolverine's Revenge, I believe this was part of like X-Men 2 or something like that, but I think someone said that this game was pretty good, or like decent or something like that, so I bought this from, once again, a GameStop sale. So yeah, there's that. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Roses, I think we pretty much bought this just for the cards that came in here, but yeah, this is pretty much Yu-Gi-Oh! But on the PlayStation 2, and you get to go and unlock cards and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the entire game. Last game here. I have no idea what this is. Zatch Bell Momoto Battles. I am not a Zatch Bell fan. I remember seeing it on Toonami a lot just because of, you know, the ads and stuff like that. But I bought this game because I heard that it was actually a pretty good like fighting game, and it is. It's very, very fun. So but yeah, that is my entire PlayStation 2 collection. Thank you guys for watching this video. This video is 45 minutes long, so thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have not already, you can subscribe and put new videos up every single Saturday. Want to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, you can do that as well. Be sure to check out my twitch.tv live stream tomorrow. I will be playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I've never played a visual novel before, so let's see exactly on how this one goes. I will be playing that game throughout the entire stream from 12 p.m. EST to 5 p.m. EST. Hopefully I'll be able to go and finish the game by the end of the stream. So yeah, I think that is about it. Thank you guys for watching this video again. I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers.